TalkinRonpa. You are now listening to the dulcet tones of Danganronpa V3, as retold to you by RJ Waters 2 and Blindcat. I'm RJ Waters 2.
And I'm Blindcat.
And welcome to our discussion of the Chapter 5 investigation phase of Danganronpa V3. Goes without saying, if you haven't played up to this point in the game,
Don't watch this.
if you haven't played Danganronpa 1 and 2, you just missed the autumn Steam sale at the time of this recording. So it's never too late to jump in.
That's the autumn Steam sale next year.
So we've got a doozy of a case.
Well, I mean, it's pretty straightforward when you...
Like, I was completely wrong about Chapter 3's case, but at least I believed I had a good idea about what occurred. Here, I see a lot of potential, but I have there's no smoking gun
Yeah, I don't get what happened.
that rules out any of these theories, points me to which ones are actually correct.
I can't tell what in this chapter is supposed to be a distraction and what's not, honestly.
Let's lead off the discussion with this. Actually, I did crack the case. I have solved the casino minigames.
Oh. What?
The casino minigames. We spoke last time about S ranking for save scumming for casino coins on mean mode treasure hunter monolith.
Mm-hmm.
We were way off.
What?
That's absolutely the hardest one to get coins out of.
Is it?
Yeah, I played the Outlaw Run game, and eventually I just started getting good at it, and got 2 S ranks, almost back to back.
Oh.
And, I was playing Salmon Hunter completely wrong. So I tried Salmon Hunter on S rank, or on mean difficulty, and I could not get anywhere near breaking even. I would get maybe 2 fish every time the screen wiped across. So I was like, okay, there's got to be a trick to it. So I attempted to just mash the pick up salmon button, because every time you swipe for a fish, the screen pauses and the timer stops. So if you keep swiping at fish while the flash is going across, you can pause the flash and find your next fish.
What?
It doesn't tell you which fish you need until after the pause stops, though. So that didn't work. Because if you break your combo, then you lose a lot of production. There are also bonus salmon on there with Monodam's face on it.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know those existed. And there are bomb salmon, which slow you down for like 5 seconds, which I kept hitting. That wasn't the strategy. It turns out, in the corner there's this thing called the mono eye. And
Yeah, it lets you expand the center.
I never noticed it before. I never looked at the controls for that game.
Oh.
So, using that, I was actually able to play the game correctly, and eventually got the S rank.
By playing the game correctly.
Yeah, nobody told me. I read the casino game description, it didn't tell me.
I'm pretty sure it did.
No, it gave me a poem about hunting fish, how tranquil it is. The one you were trying to do, Treasure Hunter Monolith, is actually the hardest one to get S rank on. So what I did, I took a picture of it with my phone, and then paused it.
You started playing on the phone?
I paused the game, and then I opened the picture up in Photoshop.
And you started planning your moves ahead?
I started playing it in Photoshop, using the undo button to backtrack if I got wrong. And then I backtracked all the way and played through step by step in real game time.
That's pretty awful.
Don't judge me. So I have all the S ranks for achievements in the casino minigame. Aren't you proud?
So, you cracked the case?
Yeah, I bought all the alternate skins from my monopad.
Oh.
Death flag, survival flag, 15 love keys. I got it all, baby.
Oh.
So let's hear your theories. Who's in the hydraulic press?
Of a victim. What, you think it's the culprit?
Yes and no.
Oh, what?
So
That's not much of an answer at all.
it's actually the correct answer. So you don't know who's in that hydraulic press?
I think it is. Hmm.
You
I would say it's Kokichi,
would say it's Kokichi based on what?
based on me doubting it's Kaito.
Just because his sleeve is there, it seems too obvious it's Kaito?
It it shouldn't be Kaito because I believe he's the killer.
What prohibits the killer from being in that hydraulic press?
And them both being dead? Uh, nothing, I guess.
Well, here's the secret. They're both in that hydraulic press.
Is that why they're both missing?
Yes.
Is that why no rules are being violated according to Monokuma about not everyone being there? When
Yes.
Kiba was inquiring?
Monokuma states that new rule added. We talked about this last time because we discovered or we realized that there's nowhere stating that Monokuma says everybody has to attend the trial, like in the previous games. But now he does. And once the trial, everybody assembles at the trial grounds, everybody's there. But there's only the 5, not including Kaito and Kokichi. So they're both dead, and I think they're both in that hydraulic press.
But what if they killed each other and you have to vote for them both evenly?
No.
What if the case is unsolvable and you just have to vote evenly so that whoever's the black end still gets sent out and you just never find out?
I had this theory that Kokichi has deliberately set up this case to come to that result. That's why he primed the cast last time with the question about what happens when there's a tie. But now there are 5 people left to vote.
So there can't be a tie.
But there can't be a tie.
Well, Kibo's vote keeps getting thrown out, probably.
We're going to have to probably prove that Kokishi's not the mastermind in this trial. Because everybody will claim Kokishi's still alive. He's here attending as Monokuma. Because he's the mastermind. But we know from the events of this chapter he's not the mastermind because he entrapped Monokuma with exosols.
There's so much weird evidence in this case, and not too much of it's related to each other.
Well, we know the facts. There are only 2 people that know how to assemble that crossbow.
Right.
One of them is Maki and the other is Kaito.
We know that there was poison taken.
That's the Strike 9 poison.
It is 100% fatal. We know there were antidotes put out, but there were 3 antidotes, and the 3 antidotes were for different poisons.
Mm-hmm.
However, they're kind of correlating to the 3 antidotes were also 3 arrows, all with bloody tips. So I'm assuming the bloody tipped arrows had to do something with the antidote. They were probably dipped.
Well, 2 of those arrows got shot into Kokichi and 1 into Kaito.
Right.
Or
because there was 2 holes in Kokichi's coat and 1 in Kaito's, maybe.
However,
we didn't see the rest of Kaito's coat.
2 of those arrows got shot into Kokichi. 1 of those arrows got shot into Kaito's coat. Because Kaito does not wear that sleeve. He wears 1 sleeve, and the one that's hanging down is the one that he does not put his arm in.
Huh.
But
I wouldn't have noticed that.
The arrow wound is bloody as if it was being worn when it got shot. So I think somebody else was wearing Kaito's coat and got shot with the arrow. That person's Kokichi.
So, something that was brought from the outside was the large black case with the crossbow in it, and it seems like maybe it was Himiko who brought it in for some reason.
Yeah, Kibo saw it happen.
But why?
Well, I'm gonna guess it's misdirection. Himiko just wanted to give Kaito the best fighting chance, so she brought him a weapon and the poison.
She wouldn't know about the crossbow.
Was she not there
Unless Kaito. No,
when it was being assembled? Was that
no,
during the training at
no. It's
nighttime?
just that was just
Just the three?
you, Maki, and yeah, Kaito.
Oh, so she must have visited Kaito.
Yeah, only Kaito would have been able to ask about that, or Maki would have been able to ask Himiko to do it, I guess.
I believe Himiko went there. Kaito told Himiko, hey, bring me the crossbow and a poison bottle.
Unless Kibo's lying about that witnessing, and Kibo was the one who did it.
Robots can't lie. Kibo also admitted that he went to go see Kaito. We went to go see Kaito. I think Maki knows, or thinks she knows, what happened here. That's why she's so adamant about Kaito is the victim, Kokichi's the culprit. That's the end of it. She knows that Kaito's dead, because she's the one that cut the power cords of the hydraulic press.
Wouldn't that mean she'd have to have come in earlier?
Correct. She came in the exasol.
She was the one who used the electro hammer to disable one of the exosols protecting Monokuma?
That's why she brought a knife instead of her electro hammer.
Oh, and she cut the cord while we're not looking?
That cord was cut beforehand, before we got there.
What's the knife for?
Why she brought the knife?
Yeah.
Because she didn't have her electro hammer?
Oh.
Because it was at the scene.
An excuse for why she didn't bring it, I see.
I think that's why the keypad was cut up, a sharp object. It had to be that knife. I think she was trying to keep other people out. Because she was the only one with the electro bomb. If she cut up that keypad, she could guarantee that only she could get in there when she wanted to set off the body discovery announcement. Not because she's the killer, but because she didn't want people to be able to work out that she had been there. Because if two other people show up and it goes off, then they'll know a third person saw it too and created this crime scene. I think she found Kaito and Kokichi in the bathroom. She took them, she stripped Kokichi, flushed his clothes, put them both in the hydraulic press, closed it, and cut the cord. Kokichi had 2 more electro bombs unaccounted for. I don't think they were on his person. I don't think they were in the clothes in the toilet.
We still know for sure where everybody is, so.
Where
Kaito and Kokichi are,
yeah,
sure.
We don't know for sure that they're both in that hydraulic press. But we know they're both dead. Or else a rule would have been violated when they didn't show up to the trial.
Maybe they are there.
They're just hiding behind the podium or something.
Maybe Kaito's the mastermind.
No. So here's how I think the actual killing went down. Maki is completely convinced, upon stumbling upon the bodies, that Kokichi killed Kaito. I think it's the other way around. I think, that explains the wound, the arrow wound in Kaito's jacket. Okay. So Kaito shot Kokichi twice with those arrows, and then he drank that poison. He was convinced that Kokichi was the mastermind, so he didn't think there would be a trial. We didn't see...
Well, I mean, why would he go and obscure everything afterwards, then?
Which parts?
Well, they both had to have been found under the press, right?
Oh, I assume that Maki did that.
Oh.
Because there was a blood trail leading from the bathroom to the press.
Oh. You think the third party did all the cover?
Yeah. We never saw Kaito witness that flashback light that revealed the Hope's Peak and the Gopher Project. But depending on if Kokichi gave him the flashback light, how he would have reacted to that, knowing that he actually had been to space, would he then be willing to accept death and poison himself? Or did he realize that he was the mole in the Gopher Project, not Kokichi? took out Kokichi and himself for the sake of the rest of the people. I can almost guarantee the killer did not put the body in the press.
I think the third-party thing makes sense. We do know the panel was also extremely scratched up, so whoever came in there forced their way in there. It does indicate that someone forced their way in there.
No, that's to keep other people out after the fact.
Oh, by breaking the panel?
Yeah,
The panel wasn't broken though, right?
Scratching up that... Oh, the panel? As in the keypad to get into the room?
The digit enter thing.
Yeah, that was scratched up after the fact. Scratching it up wouldn't get you access. You had to use the exisal to get in, or else you would have tripped the alarm.
I thought you need the numbers just to open the shutter, though.
No, the exisals come and go without triggering the alarm.
Oh, is it? There's no shutter?
There is a shutter.
There's a shutter.
There is a shutter,
is
but
it's not locked?
Not for exisals. The exisals can come and go as they please without entering the key code or setting the alarm. That's why they use the electro hammer, open up one of the exisals, and get inside. How I can guarantee to you the killer did not put the corpse into the press and then lower it, they didn't hide all the evidence in the press. They could have easily put the arrows, poison bottle, and Kokichi's clothes into the press if they knew that they could cut the power cord and leave it down.
But some of those were hidden in other ways.
I think because they were taken out of the body and left in the bathroom. I think Maki did that as a way to... And that's why she shot Kaito in the jacket and let the sleeve hang down, is to tie the victim to the murder weapon of the arrows. I don't think she might not have known about Kokichi's clothes. Or maybe she hid them because they had the arrow wounds in it. She wanted everybody to know that the arrow was the murder weapon, and Kokichi was not the victim in her eyes. She seems conflicted, like she knows that it's probably not that simple, but she doesn't want to accept that Kaito is the killer.
She keeps reprimanding Tsuichi about him believing that Kaito is still alive, aka Kaito, or yeah, that would also mean that
she knows
Kaito...
that he's dead.
But it's not a qualm with Kaito being the killer.
Yeah, I think she's acting that way because she knows that he's dead, and she wants Shuichi to just accept that fact. But she can't come to terms that Kaito would kill Kokichi. Did you know this when we got to the trial grounds? You might not have noticed because you never played Danganronpa 1 for yourself. The trial is the same decor from the first game.
Huh.
This time.
No, I didn't notice that.
So I think Junko's inbound. Chapter 6. Then again, okay, alright. This is... If Kaito's the killer, Kokichi's the victim, there's no execution this chapter, we still have 5 people, what was the point in bringing up the tied vote? Unless there's a 6th character to be revealed as the mastermind next chapter, thus bringing it to 3 and 3. Ron Taro!
This murder is really silly. I still know.
I don't know how we're gonna prove any of this, given the evidence we've got.
Yeah, there's no smoking gun here. Other than maybe the electro hammer being present there and someone missing an electro hammer.
That would tie Maki to the scene. I was also surprised the paint machine is completely irrelevant, as is the washing machine for the exisals.
It could still be brought up in the trial even if it's not truthful and so.
Shuichi looked at it and said it doesn't look like it's relevant to this case. And all the colors of exisals are accounted for. There's not one with 2 of the same color, which I thought we would find. For some reason, be important. It's not. There's also the potential that Kaito... No, because I was gonna say that there's a potential that Kaito activated the down on the hydraulic press, took the poison, and jumped in on top of Kokichi's body, but then who cut the power cord?
Right, because that has to be cut afterwards.
Yeah. So if it wasn't a third party, they both can't be in the hydraulic press. But we know there's a third party because of the exisal side. Are they allowed to exit the exisal hangar without being in an exisal? Not trip the alarm?
It has to be off first, right?
Because we found the exisal with the hatch open inside. How did they get back out?
Wait, doesn't Kokichi have the alarm button?
Does he?
I mean, he's been going in and out, right?
Oh. Oh, I suppose whoever found Kokichi's corpse could use the exisal remote control to just walk it back inside after using it to escape. But then why wouldn't they put it back where they found it and close the hatch? This is a tough case. But if I have to lock it down, victim, culprit, accomplice, or Togami interfering with the crime scene, Kokichi's the victim, Kaito's the culprit, and Maki instigator.
That sounds correct.
No, you have to give your own opinion. Can't be my good one.
Alright, I'll say that Kaito is the killer, Kokichi is the victim, and Maki had nothing to do with it. It was all Shuichi.
It was all Shuichi.
Yeah. You didn't read all that little hints in the blue text.
And then I put down everything I was holding, including the exisal remote, and went to bed. Barring one of the Rantaro actually being alive and committing this crime, I don't see any other way it could have gone down. The biggest thing for me is why Kaito would drink the poison. You can tell from the bloodstain it was being, like, cupped by somebody who was raising it to their lips. And the only person who regularly has blood on his hands is Coffin Kaito Mimosa. So if it was just, like, his time to die, he wanted to escape the pain.
Maybe they both drank the poison, and Maki shot Kaito with the antidote.
I think that antidote is completely irrelevant. Because the antidotes weren't for the Strike 9 poison.
Maybe as a cocktail they were.
Oh, didn't
Maybe
it say,
the ultimate assassin would know about that.
Didn't it say, like, the fluid levels on some of these jars were different?
Yeah.
Oh.
It looked like some of them had been used, but
Oh!
none of them were for Strike 9.
Depending on how that window opens to the bathroom, could you have shot Kaito with a poisoned arrow from outside the bathroom window?
Yeah, Maki shot Kaito and cured him. They both drank the poison.
Shot him with the poison. And then
shot him with the antidote.
Shot him with the poison, disassembled the crossbow, and threw it back inside. Where then Kaito assembled it again to return fire. But then he died because he didn't know there was poison.
What? What is this case even?
I'm excited to find out.
Suichi just walks in, guys. I give up.
Oh man, this is where he finally comes to terms with you can't always find the truth, just because sometimes there's not enough evidence. Not because the truth hurts. It's just sometimes
no, it's just voting time.
Yeah, it's just voting time right off the bat. It was probably... Oh, I bet we're gonna have a debate... We're gonna have a 5-person debate scrum?
We've had on-numbered debate scrums before.
Yeah, but like 2 versus 3. 2 people are going to insist that Kokichi has to be the killer, and then Shuichi and Kibo and...
Maybe Maki's just not gonna say anything. Also, it's gonna be really, really small. I see what you mean. It's gonna be very awkward.
Yeah.
It's just Shuichi calling the same person over and over again.
Kibo!
Himiko!
Who's going to agree with Shuichi, Kibo, and Tamuki?
Probably Kibo, at least.
Kibo and Himiko? No, Himiko and Maki are going to be the 2 that are guaranteed.
Because they're such good friends.
Yeah. Oh man, if only we had dug deeper into that toilet, we would have found this hat with a skull on it and a cool cape.
The entire outfit.
unless there's like a bunch of focus on like in-trial testimonial, I don't see how to get from point A to B with this evidence. It's all gonna depend on what Maki
We don't even
reveals.
have mono cubs. Just let stupid things slip anymore.
Yeah, this is our first trial without the Cubs. Capital K Cubs.
Monokuma also gives a little bit of a hint
What's that?
about the electro hammer, I believe. What was that he gave us? I think it was during the electro hammer bit that he showed up and informed us of something.
Oh, something that only one other person asked, or nobody else had asked him about, which was the latches on the exosoles.
Ah.
So when Maki went there and hit the thing with the electro hammer, she found out firsthand that the cockpit opens up. But at that point, the exosoles were already deactivated because she.
Well, they were on autopilot.
Oh, that's right. He said that they wouldn't have harmed you if you approached them. I was gonna say that Kokichi was already dead because the exosoles weren't moving, which is also possible.
Well, no, you'd have to turn them off via remote. They'd still do that one thing no matter what.
You don't have to hold the button down, you think?
No, that'd be pretty silly.
So we never found the button. Never found the controls he had. Never found that key card either.
Well, I mean, we don't even know what that keycard's for. Could be for anything.
That door in the library could be opened in any number of ways.
That door in the library probably doesn't even open.
It just never mentioned again. Wouldn't that be great?
The secret to that door is any dust that's put on the card reader automatically falls off after a certain amount of time. That's the real secret.
I thought you were going to say it grows back in the exact same pattern no matter the time you knock it off. So Kibo's the culprit?
Yeah, Kibo's the culprit.
Kibo
Samugi's the accomplice.
Let's tide vote for Kibo and Samugi just to kill them both off. Oh, that was a stray thought I had before I remembered it wouldn't make any sense at all. Kokichi wants to end the killing game by any means possible, so he set up a trial that could only be solved with a tied vote, just so 2 other people would get killed off, and it leaves 3 people remaining. And you can't have a killing game with 3 people, because if one commits the murder, the other one knows the other one's guilty.
You'd have to convince the other one to vote.
And the killing game ends when there's 2 people, so as soon as you kill that 3rd person, it ends anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But then I realized you can't have
But you still have to kill that 3rd person.
Yeah, or else you'd be trapped in the killing game.
But yeah, you'd still be trapped in the killing game until someone dies.
But then when the killing game ends, does that mean everybody gets to go? Or just there's no more killing game?
There's no more killing game. You can do whatever you want.
It's the same thing with 3 people, except the same thing. That maybe Monokuma won't pop up all the time.
I think Monokuma would stop popping up. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, as soon as Kaito, the mastermind, dies. Yeah, it probably makes sense. Well, no, because even though Kaito's dead, and Kokichi's dead, which probably means the mastermind is dead, what the hell's Chapter 6 gonna be about?
Yeah, okay, so let's forget about this case. Do you think any one of these people are actually the mastermind?
No.
Any of these students?
Not any of the living ones, no.
You think it's Rentaro?
Yeah, I think it's Rantaro or Kaide.
You don't think it's Angie?
Shuichi?
You don't think it was Angie leading the despair cult?
No, it could be possible. Also, Mew invented the Mono Cubs after the Gopher Project started.
You don't think it was Gonta?
But invented the Gopher Project? Do you think we're gonna get the truth about Rantaro, or we're gonna get like one throwaway line like we did with Fat Togami?
We're gonna get a very unsatisfying answer, like we did with Nagito.
You mean like why Nagito was so much like Negi? It was never explained at all?
Yes. This is why Rentaro is important, but anything you're actually wondering about is not gonna get answered.
Like his talent? How they could bring people back from the dead if they just tried?
All of that is irrelevant.
God, I hope not. They better have a satisfying conclusion. Because if what they're saying is true about the end of the world and the asteroids and the virus, It'd be really hard for a Danganronpa 4.
You gotta read Danganronpa New Zero.
That's why I'm pretty sure the flashback lights aren't all genuine. I don't think the world ended. I think we're just so primed from the rest of the games to accept that there is no salvation even if you win the killing game. I think the world's fine. Probably.
But the world's a pain.
Okay, so your final lock is agreeing with me?
Yeah. Geez, maybe it would have been better if everyone just kind of lived at the school in harmony, like Angie wanted.
Like, Kokichi had to have planned this, right? That's why he took Kaido?
I don't know. I still like the idea of Kaido being remnants of despair and Kokichi wanting to interrogate him and reveal everything afterwards.
Did he fall to despair because his disease prevented him from becoming an astronaut?
I think he fell to despair because he had the disease.
But he was going, if that flashback light is to believed, he believed he would have gone to space before he died. Part of the Gopher Project. Did he cause the virus to initiate the Gopher Project?
From space? No.
No. He caused the virus to...
The virus came from meteors.
Yeah, so they claim. The ultimate astronaut could have done it.
I don't think astronauts do that.
He was so hellbent on getting to space, he ended the world to cause Hope's Peak Academy to put together a project to send him into space.
That sounds a little way too hopeful.
So maybe he's not Ultimate Despair?
I think he is Ultimate Despair.
Isn't he too hopeful?
He's Remnants of Despair. I think he's been trying to overcome his illness.
How's Junko coming up? Or if he's dead, how are we going to have a chapter 6?
Alright, Himiko is the mastermind, and we're going to have an animation where Himiko pulls out Junko out of her hat. That's why Himiko is still alive.
Alter Ego Junko? That was already a thing. They already called that.
I mean, resurrection's possible, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's how that's going to be relevant. They're also cold storage of Junko.
Gonna have a bunch of Junko aliens invade Earth.
Yeah, I think all of that sounds pretty plausible. You have anything else?
No. This is the most confusing case. Kokichi just walks in, yeah, I did it.
It's a lie. The whole thing was a lie, actually. They're both alive. That's why the victim is a question mark. Oh, could it just be a corpse that got squished?
No, because there's the body discovery announcement.
They've done that before. When we discovered the blown up corpse of Muguro Ikusaba.
It's technically she was part of the 16 students, I think.
Yeah. So is Brecchio. He could have got squished. Post-mortem.
I don't think that counts anymore.
The mastermind's not playing by the rules. Because he's dead. Let's pay close attention to Monokuma in this trial and see if he's acting like he's being controlled by Kokichi.
Let's pay close attention to Tsumugi in this trial to see if she actually does anything.
Okay, for TalkinRonpa, I've been RJ Waters 2. Thanks for listening.
Bye, Inara.
No, they're dead.
Oh.
So long, Bear. They're dead too.
Insect meet and greet?
No.
Do we have catchphrases left?